Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. Their Majesties King Abdullah and Queen Rania attended the state funeral of the late U.S. President George H.W. Bush at the Washington National Cathedral. Their Majesties joined U.S. President Donald Trump, world leaders past and present, royalty, and all surviving former U.S. presidents, along with their wives, in paying their respects to the 41st U.S. President who passed away last week in Texas at the age of 94. Still in Washington, His Majesty discussed bilateral ties with U.S. Secretary of Defense James Mattis and means to advance them, especially in the military field. Discussions also focused on the need for continued coordination and consultation between the two countries on issues of mutual concern to maintain security and stability in the region. Talks also covered regional issues and crises and efforts to resolve them, including fighting terrorism within a holistic approach. Back here at home, deputizing for His Majesty, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein, the Regent, attended a youth debate as part of a series of such debates to be held in the future. Two local mixed teams took part in the debate that was entitled University Education versus Vocational and Technical Education. The Crown Prince applauded the youth's quality of discussion and civilized dialogue. The debate was organized by the Crown Prince Foundation in cooperation with the UAE's Arab Youth Center and Emirates Youth Council. The UAE Minister of State for Youth Affairs, Shamal Mazrou'i, and 500 youth from across the kingdom attended the debate. The government and the Professional Associations Council agreed during a meeting that civil service employees will not be evaluated based on normal distribution percentages used in the civil service year-end performance review. An evaluation system with measurable percentages will be established and effective as of next January. Prime Minister Omar Razaz and a number of ministers and heads of professional associations agreed to conduct a study to review the criteria for granting bonuses to their members. Razaz stressed the need to develop a performance evaluation system that would address the existing unrealistic evaluations of public sector employees. In Cairo, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates Ayman al-Safadi met with his Egyptian counterpart Samih Shukri. Safadi and Shukri discussed bilateral ties and hailed the level of coordination between the two countries in various fields. The ministers also discussed means of activating the joint Arab action to face challenges and strengthen regional security and stability. Talks also covered developments in the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and the crises in Syria, Yemen, and Libya. Back here at home, Senate President Faisal Al-Fayez lauded Jordanian Emirati ties during a meeting with UAE Ambassador to Jordan, Matar Al-Shamsi. Fayez expressed his appreciation to the UAE's continued support to the kingdom and called for increasing Emirati investment in Jordan. Al-Shamsi, who also hailed the historic bilateral ties between the two countries, said the volume of Emirati investment in the kingdom reached $17 billion by the end of 2018. Lebanon's Parliament Speaker Nabih Berri said Israel provided no evidence of cross-border attack tunnels. During a meeting with the UNIFIL peacekeeping force, Berri said Lebanon had asked for geographic coordinates but received none from Israel. The Israeli military launched an operation yesterday claiming to expose and thwart tunnels into its territory. It accused Hezbollah of digging across the frontier and posing a threat as the tunnels are still not functional. A team from Yemen's government arrived in Sweden to attend peace talks starting tomorrow with the members of the Houthi group in a renewed UN push to end war in the country. A UN source said the two sides were unlikely to hold direct talks and that Special Envoy Martin Griffiths and his team would shuttle between them for consultations. Western allies have ramped up pressure on them to find a way to end the conflict that killed tens of thousands of people and left more than 8 million facing famine. Ukraine held a series of test launches of modernized S-125 air defense system and Neptune subsonic cruise missiles in Odessa region next to annexed Crimea. Chief of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council said the tests proved that Ukrainian missiles were able to secure the country's borders along the Black Sea and the Azov Sea. The test launches come at a time of heightened tensions between Russia and the West over Russia's seizure last month of 2 small Ukrainian vessels and a boat, including their crews. In Poland, the World Health Organization, WHO, said that mitigating climate change would save millions of lives at a global level. During the COP24 conference, WHO added that exposure to pollution results in 7 million deaths annually. And while the world is working to cut back on coal investment, 2 attending NGOs today published the results of their research into banks and investors exposing their dirt. The results showed that $478 billion had been invested into the expansion of the coal industry between January 2016 and September 2018 in disregard to any respect to people's health and the future of the planet.
Are distributed at the COP24.
In sports, Kenya's marathon world record holder Eliud Kipchoge and Colombian jumper Catherine Imbarguen were honored as IAAF Athletes of the Year at Athletics' annual awards ceremony. Olympic champion Kipchoge shattered the world marathon record by 78 seconds as he completed the Berlin Marathon in 2 hours, 1 minute and 39 seconds, while Imbarguen was the Diamond League champion in both the long jump and triple jump. Both are first-time winners of the award. Kipchoge's performance marked the biggest improvement in the marathon record since Australian Derek Clayton took almost 2.5 minutes off the mark in 1967. Imbarguen, the Olympic champion in the triple jump, was undefeated in 8 finals in the event. Her triple jump of 14.96 meters in Rabat was the longest in the world in 2018. Votes by IAAF council members counted for 50% of the results, with online public votes and ballots by the IAAF family counting for 25% each.
Prince Albert to join for the trio.
And finally, the weather outlook. It will be cold tonight, particularly in the southern hilly areas. It will also be cold tomorrow as temperatures drop 3 to 4 degrees below their seasonal normal. Scattered showers are also expected over southern areas, including Aqaba, before they spread across the country. Tomorrow's forecast temperatures in Amman, highs of 13 degrees and lows of 9, while Aqaba's highs reach 22 degrees and drop down to 15 at night. That's all for tonight. I'm Dan Abu Sham. Thanks for watching and have a good night.